Welcome back to the most consistent podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, and possibly iTunes soon. We're going to try for that. And I'm here with the rest of the Off Track cast.
Josh, did you miss me?
No one misses you.
I am Brad.
Brad, the secret blue man that no one ever saw. And
Yeah, no one
No
knows
one
what I
ever
look
will
like.
see.
yeah, well, we're back for
No.
episode 2. Episode 1 was recorded on the 9th of October,
About bloody time.
2015. And in it, we made a joke that episode 2 would come out in
Really?
2017. And guess what? We're later than that. 2018,
2018.
episode 2. So
We're so punctual.
we are
Well,
amazing.
yeah.
It's brilliant.
So we were wrong with our prediction. So if we say the next episode will be out tomorrow, then we'll be
Had
closer.
3 years.
Yeah, add 3 years to it, and
Yeah.
then sorted.
Maybe
Right.
we should just bring an episode out every 3
Every
years.
year, every
as
3
opposed
years.
to,
Yeah.
every-
Yeah.
The most
And then,
limited
like,
edition
in-
podcast ever.
Yeah.
In 15 years' time, people realise it's like some kind of niche market and will actually become popular.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
so
I doubt
for
that.
the first episode, we built
Nah,
the
mate,
podcast.
We're going big.
Yeah,
we're going
big.
Hollywood.
Right, first episode, we built the podcast. We chose the name Off Track Cast because we go off track a lot. And already 2 minutes into it, I'm pretty sure we already went off track there. So
Yeah,
that's
this
good.
isn't what we
Yeah.
planned.
Yeah, we planned the whole start and we haven't said any of that yet. Right, so we built the podcast. We said the topics we're going to be talking about, but you know what? Scratch all that because we're not the same people, are we? 3 years ago.
We're not. We're very
We were
different.
17 and I am now 20. You two are still 19. I get
Yeah, but my birthday is
Was I
right around
17?
the corner.
yeah, you were 17 because it was
Yeah, I was
October.
Yeah, I was 17.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
turning
17.
18 in like the
I just started
month and a
learning
bit
to
after.
drive.
Yeah, and
I
you
thought
still
I
don't
might
know how
be
to drive.
16.
Josh.
No, it was a year
I
after. Yeah.
still don't have my big pass.
Wait, were you the first to start learning?
I was the first to start learning.
And me and
I
Brad
don't
now
know
have our
what's the
driving
pass.
license, and you still have a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and you passed pretty much like the same day, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did pretty much. Yeah, but I haven't got a car. That's the difference.
Rip.
Right.
Spidey wins
Don't you love
there.
how off track we're going, guys? We're not doing this on purpose, are we? No.
No.
Well, now you
Oopsies.
said that, they're going to be like, oh yeah, they did plan that when we didn't.
But we actually
The joke,
have like a
Josh.
plan in front
The
of
joke
me,
just
and
went
I can't.
straight over
I'm
your
even
head.
sticking to the plan. Right. So we
Yeah,
thought.
you can't plan this. You can't just plan this out.
Yeah, you can't plan a podcast,
Come from the
Josh.
heart.
It
Gotta
does.
come from the heart.
It's all natural. All right. Right. So
Well, I don't agree.
well,
Structure
no,
Yeah, well-
is what built this
You-
great kingdom in which we live.
but
We're
And
gonna
structure should build
build
our
this
podcast.
kingdom.
What was our first podcast about?
How-
Building
I-
structure.
I'm
Yeah.
not,
The thumbnail was
not gonna-
building a wall.
damn.
I'm not gonna lie. I still haven't listened to our first podcast ever.
Right. So
I,
He
I
had
heard
3
a bit of it
years
last
for
night.
this homework and he never completed it.
right, boys. Wait for this.
I
Wait for
never
this.
listened to
Top
it.
10 satisfying sounds. Ready?
Is that
Oh.
your Mountain Dew?
That
you
was
bought
me
at Wilkins?
opening
Oh.
a Mountain Dew. Damn.
Other supermarkets are available.
Oh. Josh back at it again with the crap memes. Damn, I said the C word. Whoops, I said crap. No swearing on this podcast. We are family friendly.
No.
If you want to watch us while playing Minecraft or Roblox, go ahead, you know? Why not?
Now,
Especially.
we don't say that ironically. We do play Minecraft. Us basically 3 20-year-old men.
Roblox, best game. Changed my mind. Thank you. Right.
Fortnite.
Wait. So in the first episode, we introduced ourselves, but because we're
Good.
not the same people, we need to reintroduce ourselves. Okay?
I'm
No,
not
no,
the same
no.
person.
Let's change that. We introduce each other.
Ooh.
No.
No.
So
No.
Nathan
No.
introduces
Terrible
me.
idea.
I'll introduce Bradley, and Bradley introduces Nathan. No,
Right,
because we're not going to give a true representation of ourselves.
Right, so
Alright,
as you can tell, Josh is the loud, obnoxious one that we're only friends with because... No, I'm joking. Right, so,
Oh, no, you're
It'd
pretty
be so
spot
bad.
on there.
yeah, no. So, wait, in the last podcast, you were in your second year of college, right?
Yes.
Out of
just
3,
started
yeah.
pretty much.
And, right, no, just... Go on, Josh. You talk about your college days? Do you have any stories? Wink, winch, not on the script.
Well, tell you what, we do have a few stories, don't we, Brad, together?
Oh, man.
I think my favourite, most PG one, however, was Bradley and a bottle of Yazoo. I do
That's
have
kind
plenty
of a-
non-PG stories.
I don't know. That could be R-rated in some places. You never know.
Sorry, Bradley, what did you say? Nathan's been loud and obnoxious.
I was gonna say the whole Yazoo thing. It is funny, but I think it may be more you have to be that kind of story.
Yeah,
Like, I don't. People do laugh at it. Though.
Definitely.
All right,
Let's
I'll
just
tell
tell it
it
anyway.
Yeah,
So,
you tell it.
so there's this. Oh, okay. So imagine a sort of narrow hallway, maybe 6 foot wide,
It's a narrow
and
hallway.
it goes on a bend. And at the end of the bend, there's 2 like locker rooms: a boys' locker room and a girls' locker room, where we used to get changed. As we were doing a catering course, we wear chef whites. Obviously, we don't get changed anywhere. We had designated changing rooms.
You could have just
But
said
we
the
also
common room.
we also used like the outside of that area as a sort of common room. And we were sitting out there one morning, and it was I'd say it was a summery morning. It was relatively warm. And I was sat there. I usually got in a bit early. I don't know why. I think it's because I used to get the buses, and I like to be on time. Bradley strolled in, slumped down next to me, or slightly opposite me, and he just puts his bag on the floor, and his bag was a little bit open, and I see through the slit of his open bag this red top of a lovely milky
Almost
drink
swore.
called Yazoo.
Banana
Bradley.
Yazoo as well. I can remember it.
Oh, I apologise. It was a banana Yazoo, so it was not a red lid. My memory serves me wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a big bottle now, so it was what?
Oh.
700 milliliters or a litre?
I don't think that really
think it
matters to the
was-
story, to be honest. I
No.
don't think it adds
It-
anything.
It's not important.
On
get
the
to the
side
point.
of the bottle, it said £1. And I went, ooh, I fancy a bottle of Yazoo, I thought to myself in my head. And I went, hey, Brad. And Brad goes, what? I go, I'll give you a £5 for that bottle of Yazoo. And then Brad's like, no, why would I do that? Like, because it's £1, you paid £1 for it, and I'm offering you £5. You go back to the shop and buy 5 if you wanted to. And he went, no, if I wanted a £5, I'd have bought a bottle of £5, not a bottle of Yazoo. And
Jesus.
yeah, I mean, it's not that funny when you just listen to it.
Inside
but it
meme,
was
though, isn't it?
incredibly funny when we went there.
That, oh god.
All right, Brad, what was
Very
your
nice.
definitive moment of college for us?
Oh, there's so many.
So many, I can't think of any.
No, I don't. I literally can't. Like,
I got a good memory from your college.
what was that?
dear.
Is when I dropped my mixtape so hard that it caught fire.
Oh yeah, the library
oh yeah,
caught
that
fire.
happened.
So,
In our
explain
first
it.
year of college, in October, we were actually off for a week because we get a week off at some point in October in higher
Half
education.
term.
Or Halloween.
Yeah, half
I
term.
think everyone, I
They
think
kind of
everyone
break
knows
the
what
years
half
up.
term is.
I don't know if our American listeners share the same
Josh, we have like 2
hobbies.
listeners.
All
They're
zero
probably
of
not
them.
American.
Anyway,
Half term.
and our college caught fire, and one of the it was in the library. The library and the floor above and below were severely damaged. The floor below, because of water damage from the fire trucks. About, I think, 7 fire trucks had to show up. Was it, Bradley, to put the blaze out? It
yeah,
was an
something like that.
incredibly large fire, like an unbelievably large fire. And our department actually got quite damaged because it was on towards corner of so the building was kind of like a line with bits coming off it, and ours was within a corner of one of those bits coming off it, and we got a lot of water damage, a lot of things lost. And it also gave us another week off college, which personally I didn't enjoy because I quite enjoyed college and my education.
Nerd.
Said no one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad, that's why I got high grades in you.
Oh, a
Oh,
roast.
you bad.
Oh, he swore again. What? Wait,
Brad, you got to stop
we
swearing.
should discuss now what sound effect do we have over
Oh.
swearing.
I want to keep the bird
The
because
bird.
I like it.
No.
I was thinking of Roblox oofed, but not everyone would get that.
Brad, stop swearing.
Yeah, should we have
Why?
should we have a swear word over the swear word, but a different swear word so it makes it not as bad?
We have a nicer swear word.
Yeah, like crap.
Put it like a more British, yes. So instead of bar, you know, like box. I know it's not.
Are we gonna
the
put
same?
text to speech? Crap.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, that would be good.
Very nice.
Anyway, off track again. Oh, by the way, during this
My
fire,
control turned off.
the
Nice.
front of our college was also being renovated. So there was a lot of moving around and unusable areas. There was several porter cabins brought in, which were just terrible.
You basically didn't have
However,
college
you
for
know,
the
we
rest
made
of your
do.
year, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, we
Our
did.
our department struggled because we were part of the main block, and the other smaller blocks obviously didn't catch fire because they were connected to the building. So they were okay. But
Yeah.
we got hit pretty hard. Our
It was
course. That's why we had an extra
millions
week
and
off.
millions of damage done by fire.
Oh yeah. When you consider the rarity of some of the books that were in that library as well,
Insurance
there,
trouble.
there was an awful
No.
lot. Well, I mean, I don't want to be so controversial, but you know,
That's best not
I
to say
think
that.
it might have been.
I reckon it was. Sorry, his name was bleeped.
Don't
No.
bring him into this.
His name was bleeped.
Yes.
We don't want to
Main
we
man.
don't wanna
Yeah,
dox him.
yeah. You've just bleeped that name
Yeah.
and his title that you gave him.
I did.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, you got to bleep it again.
I gotta bleep it again. Wait, see, we went so off track. I
Brad,
didn't
stop
actually
swearing.
finish my intro.
Oh, swearing, bro.
Wait, I didn't finish my intro, and I forgot to mention. They obviously know by now, but we don't have webcams this time. Well, me and Josh don't anyway.
You don't?
I didn't before.
Well, I mean, my webcam's obviously on because hi CIA man, but you know, it's not on the podcast.
FBI. CIA, actually.
Yeah, we've got 4 members of this podcast. We got. Oh, actually, no. Do we have 6? Because do we have an FBI man each? Or
Yeah, we've all got an FBI man.
so
Yeah, can see him now.
yeah, that's true. Okay.
Mine's called Trevor.
Yeah. 'Cause the reason that
Whatever.
we haven't got webcams this time is because, well, did it add anything? No. Not really.
you didn't
No.
In the whole
see
pod,
our
in the
ideas.
whole first episode, the only thing that I did involving my webcam was stroke my hair like every 2 minutes because that's what I did back then.
And you flapped your jumper strings over your
Yeah,
neck at
and then
one
you were
point,
copying me.
and I copied you.
And then yeah, but the troubles I had in the last episode, because it was like an hour and 4 minutes, hour and 5, whatever, and
Yeah, roughly.
because of the editing software I was using at the time, and I recorded our screen on Skype, I had to like each of our videos. Well, Bradley's was just a picture, but like mine and Josh's webcam was a separate file. So I had like 3 files for each of our webcams, and then our audio is obviously connected to that, and then also the overlay for the off-track cast. And it took me 2 weeks to manage to upload it because my computer just kept crashing every time I was trying to process it and render it. I had to cut it down to like 20 minutes and then put it back together once it like had done it. So yeah, just audio, but like we discussed on like YouTube and stuff where there's a video as well, we're gonna have something. We should probably talk about what we think we should have. So
well, can I just
we
say,
said-
we've got
go on.
incredibly off track again because we said we were going to introduce ourselves again and tell them a bit about what we've been doing. Over
well,
the
no,
past
I
few
think you're
years.
trying to add there,
No,
Josh,
just
because
make
I
sure
said
it's
I went
always-
back to the intro. Yeah, that's what I
Right,
thought.
yeah,
Right, so
Carry on. You
right,
go,
so
fine.
for the graphics, we said about having our Bitmojis, and then over whoever's talking, I'll put it so like I don't know, it might have like a little light above it, or the Bitmoji like raises up a little or something like that, or some, or we could have like
behind it.
how about like I don't know, can you do it so like the Bitmoji's arms are down and then like they're up, like in the same like
no, that requires some animation.
no, I could literally just do a picture for each, and then I'll just go through it while we're talking, and then change what picture is required for who's talking. because usually in a podcast, it's not like we're all talking at once. Usually, like one and then the other, isn't it? So
sometimes.
yeah, usually, and then yeah, that would be fine. And then we were also thinking if we do go off track, which is gonna happen.
We will.
We have a meter, so it's like an off-track meter, just something extra, just to if you're watching, you can actually like, I don't know, would interact be the right word?
No, it must be going for the roof right now.
I don't think interact is the great word.
Right, sorry.
It's more I know what you mean though. It's making it more so there's something
You
to
are
watch
enticed,
whilst you listen,
yeah.
but you don't have to watch.
Because if you sometimes, I know sometimes just an audio is fine, but like if you, especially if you're sitting in front of a computer screen, sometimes it can be a little bit boring just having audio, especially if it's on YouTube. That. So yeah,
when I listen to podcasts, it's normally if I'm either driving or doing something.
Yeah, that's true.
Get what I mean?
Yeah, so because we expect most people to do that, to be honest. Like, don't actually just watch the podcast. You kind of do it while doing
something to listen to in the background.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
play a game or something.
I don't think I've ever watched a podcast
YouTube
and not like
done
other
stuff.
not
done anything else. Well,
yeah, although we're trying to push YouTube, I think listening is what we're going to aim for most.
Yeah. So,
although I think people are going to listen on YouTube, so they have the YouTube app on their phone and just listen to it, but not watch it whilst they do something.
I think we need to reiterate as well that. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. That's good, isn't it? Wait, what was I going to say?
Well done.
Sorry. I was thinking of so hard how to pronounce reiterate correctly that I forgot what I was actually going to reiterate. Oh well. Yeah, so
are you going to reiterate what's going to be on screen?
No, I was just going to say it's going to definitely be on YouTube because that's our main thing. Subscribe to the channel and all that. For the episode 3 in 2020. Then we got. Then we're definitely going to put it on SoundCloud as just an audio, and then I believe iTunes does have like you need a certain amount of following and stuff, and I don't know, maybe 12 subscribers isn't that much, Or
but
not.
how can they know how much?
Actually, I think it was you had to have 10 episodes. How about?
Oh, right.
How about?
So there's some content there.
Should we just re-upload the first episode 10 times, and then
Good
get this episode
off.
on iTunes? How about I cut it up into 10 separate small videos? Then
Nathan, you're
Jeez.
could be fraud.
Careful. I don't know. I don't think
This
it's fraud. I think it's just a way around it.
Yeah, it's not fraud. It's just uploading the
It's
same
like
video.
this is a
10 times.
roundabout, and I'm just driving over it right now. It's an overabout.
Yeah.
Wait,
Overabout.
roundabouts
An
to
overabout.
Americans. Explain, quick.
Wait, what?
Oh come on, America's roundabouts
Wait,
are.
there's no roundabouts in America?
Josh, I don't
No, they have very
Really? Why do we have them a lot then?
Really?
Is it because
What's
there's
your
not?
plan?
Is it because there's less people on the road?
Use stop signs. They use stop signs over roundabouts, basically. We have roundabouts because
We have stop
British
signs
people
as
are
well.
always in a hurry. Yeah, but
Why are
not
you
many.
trying to
It's
kick
basically reversed.
Yeah, he's got that
Because,
one
Bradley,
American
I'm trying
friend,
to-
doesn't he?
Trying to cater to a
Why are you trying
diverse,
to cater to
diverse audience.
Yeah,
I'm
well-
actually going to re-release this whole podcast in Spanish, French, and Portuguese. So,
And how
Back
are
off.
you going to do that?
Right.
Mister?
Yeah,
word
go on,
to
then.
text, obviously. Speech to text.
Word to text.
Text to
Ooh,
speech.
word to text.
Yeah.
So you type it in and it gives it back
Yeah.
to you in text. Damn. That's
Yeah, it's
powerful.
my Google Pixel. It can do everything.
Oh, just go on, squeeze your phone and then record this whole thing. Translate to Spanish. No, in all seriousness though,
I bet I
we
could.
anybody from anywhere can listen. Those whole 3-4 people out there. We got you.
If you can speak English.
Sorry, 119 people watched the first one. Do you reckon we're gonna beat
None
that?
of them were Bradley. 'Cause he's
None
a
of them were
terrible
Bradley.
member of this group.
Oh, it was awful though, wasn't it? I couldn't face it.
So, yeah, no, actually, it really was. I kind of want to roast myself because I used the word swag
It was
and
pretty
banter
bad.
unironically.
Maybe that's another topic.
Shall
for
I
another
re-talk-
off-track cast.
Banter's not so bad.
No, no, but this is what I
swag
said.
is-
This is what I said in it. I said, ho, 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 it's banter clause.
Right, you deserve to be cold.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to say that ever again. Jesus.
Oh,
Part of
God.
me died then.
Right, so yeah, that's that. Should we go back to the stories? Go on, Josh. Carry on with your story, like we were talking about 10 minutes ago.
Oh gosh.
Do you want to go for your slightly less PG one now?
No, because it's incredibly offensive. And
Oh.
I was just there to experience it.
Oh,
I'll go away from college now and I'll go on to work because obviously, whilst I was at college, I was also working and I finished college and I went into the world of work. Actually, after I finished college, I went to America for a few months.
oh yeah, right.
To
Wait,
work on
wait,
a
wait,
camp
guys,
out there.
guys. Can I just
So
say?
that's for another. That's for
Wait,
another
Josh,
time.
Josh. I just want to say this segment is called "Stroking Josh's Ego," so he's gonna see how hard he can stroke his own ego, okay, and just bloat about everything. Come on, Josh,
Well,
take it away.
I'm currently on a gap year.
A gap year, an accident. No, it wasn't a
No,
gap year.
no,
It was
I'm not gonna
6
talk
months
about
into the year,
America yet. I
thinking,
think-
"Oh, let's go uni." Carry on, go on.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to talk about America yet. I think that's a whole different.
Right, you need to do it in order.
Because-
You go college. You finish college first. Just say like
I
No.
did. I did. Well,
you
I
didn't talk about your
finished college, I did quite
graduation.
well. I didn't do my graduation.
Wait,
I didn't go
Josh.
to the end of year stuff.
Didn't reiterate to your
was
American
in America.
fans that this college is not their college.
No, it's like the end of high school, but better,
Ooh.
more well structured.
And also, you can
Oh,
choose
yeah.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
American college is like university, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to pay
essentially.
for everything yourself.
Anyway, so
Oh, you don't get grants
Yeah,
or anything in America.
You can get scholarships if you're really good, but usually they're sports ones.
I'm enjoying
Oh, right.
so much fun.
Yeah. Right, go on,
That's
Josh.
good.
What did you do
And
after
then,
you
yeah,
retired
I
from
worked in a
college?
few different places. I worked in a few different places. A very nice bistro where we live, in a nice area of where we live.
You're not allowed to say D-Dox us
No,
again.
no. I actually head chef there for a while, so I've had some good experience there. I worked in several other incredible places that had some incredible accolades. One place I worked was a 5-star best restaurant in the area of which we live.
1-star
So-
food hygiene rating, but never mind.
I had nothing to do with that.
Didn't you say you actually put it up to 3-star by yourself?
Oh no, that I was talking about where the other place I worked before during summer, Nathan.
All right.
Um,
That place that
however,
made you
yes, I
mad
did do that.
and made
I
you put
did-
your hat on.
I
Hey.
have no idea what he means. No, that's
Yay.
not what I'm talking about.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
No, I'm talking about the other place. Mystical creatures on top of mountainous areas.
Oh, yeah.
my God. Jesus Christ.
Right, okay, go
However,
on.
I did go into a kitchen that only had 1-star food hygiene rating, which I didn't know when I took the job. But me and 2 other people solely got it up to a 5-star hygiene rating, which was quite an accolade, I believe.
So far on your story, can I just ask,
Yeah.
on a scale of 1 to 10 inches, how big is your ego right now?
I give it a solid 7 right now.
7 inches of ego, damn, that's a lot.
I don't
Right.
have many more stories. I got a lot
Could
more
we-
funny stories to tell.
Could we get a Josh ego meter
A
of
Josh
our
ego
YouTube
meter.
viewers,
Mm.
listeners?
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I think
Well,
so.
I was about to say, I'll let
It's just
one
always 100 though,
have a
100%.
go
Yeah,
now.
yeah, Brad. The
But,
meters. There's no point having a meter. It'd just be a still image of full. Go on, Josh.
I'll tell you one more funny story, and then I'll pass you over because I'm not enjoying this absolute roast going on towards me.
Diss
Roast
track.
of
Feel-
Josh.
I feel very vulnerable.
I reckon we should do a live roleplay diss track on you guys right now.
So
Oh God, no.
I
Bish,
personally
bash,
find
Josh.
this quite funny. One day I was working in the place where I was a head chef, and the kitchen was situated above the restaurant. So we had a hot lift, or I think Americans call it a dumb waiter. It's like a small lift that you will send food up and down like 1 or 2 floors, and we had customers in the evening, and the table asked for some more crackers for the cheese and crackers, basically. But me and the restaurant manager were very good friends, and he always looked at the food I sent down because he thought it was quite impressive and he quite enjoyed it. So I thought, all right, how can I make crackers look impressing? I thought I can't make it look impressing, so I arranged them in a very phallic shape. And for those who don't know what phallic is, it's male genitalia or any form
Joshua,
of
we are a PG family friendly.
I know,
okay.
That's why I'm using very mature words.
Oh,
It was
And-
immature
and-
shape.
This was
Rather
the one
like
time.
it was in the shape actually.
Yes,
It was
yes,
a dick
Andy,
cracker.
it was.
Yeah.
It was the story. Anyway, this is the one time he didn't look at my plate of food and gave it directly to the customers. So the customers were eating crackers.
Ooh.
Did the customers notice, or did they just?
They didn't. Thank the Lord.
Really? Nice.
They were
well,
probably like-
maybe one of them noticed, but just didn't
80
want to
or
say
something.
anything.
Maybe. Well, two of them were looking at it from another angle, so maybe they thought it was just. They could,
Yeah.
because it was on a small plate, it could have looked like they just kind of slipped.
It's like a palm tree, really. Isn't
So
it?
obviously, crackers on ceramic or china, they're easily, they slip around like easily.
Yeah. Right. Have you finished exercising your ego?
Yeah,
You're up to 10 inches now.
Yes.
No, you should say what you're doing now, or do you want to wait for all of us to give a background first?
Yeah, we'll give background first. 'Cause
Okay.
me and Bradley's story is relatively similar.
That's true. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go now. So, I'm in my second year of uni now. Back in the first episode of the podcast, I think I wanted to do graphic design in uni, and I'm not doing graphic design in uni now. I'm doing computer science because I scammed my way into it. Yes, I'm not smart. No. So, yeah, uni is amazing. Oh, yeah, should we say now, just before some people start leaving early, we will have a Twitter set up.
I
Um,
think that's right. I think we've gone past that point, Big. If I'm going to be quite honest. with you.
Yeah.
I think you
Probably.
should have said that about half an hour
Yeah,
ago.
definitely. Well, it would have been on the screen, but I'll just say it again. So we'll have a Twitter if you want to tweet us anything, or if you want to ask questions. What are we gonna have, Bradley?
Wait, what?
Oh.
What are we gonna have?
I don't know. Somewhere you
To
ask
me?
on the
What?
ask
What are you
FM.
trying
Bradley,
to tell
what did
me?
you say?
Ask
before you
FM.
started?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I will be answering all questions on Ask FM.
Or
Forgot about
Sahara
Ask
if you
FM.
want to.
I forgot it even existed.
You can't send anonymous questions on Ask FM anymore.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was waiting for abuse. Like,
Yeah. No, we got
No
Sahara
point.
instead.
there's
You
literally
can
no
send,
point.
you know the thing that like 15-year-olds share on their Snapchat. You know, Josh would know. Where
I've
you like
never
send
heard
them like anonymous questions. It's like Sarah, or something. I just call it Sahara.
It's I've heard you refer to it, and you once said it's set as like Sarah.ah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, there you go then.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brady,
We
carry
are
on
having a music.
with
We
your
are
background.
also making a music the account as well.
yeah.
No, we're
Just
not.
We go and
musically.
musically. I reckon we should make 8-second vines. You know, step up the game on Vine 2.
Oh,
Should
is
we?
Vine back now?
Wait, when Vine 2 comes out, should we just change this podcast to a Vine podcast and we just have 7-second episodes?
Oh yeah.
That sounds terrible. You have to listen to about 50 Vines just to finish a podcast.
We just keep looping, so you have to like listen to them all like 10 times. Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we went off track. That's our name of our podcast. Whoa.
Oh God, that
Oh,
never
So
happens.
fourth wall breaking.
I know.
Jesus.
I think that's like 5th wall breaking at this point. Because like I'm even in character at
because-
all.
Well, yeah. I'm actually Nathan, tending to be Josh.
That's why you are a heterosexual male.
Josh's real name
That's
is
exactly what I
actually.
am. Well done.
Josh's real name is Peter, by the way.
No,
It's not.
his real
That's
name
like-
is
No, it is
Stephen
Peter.
Bunton.
Oh, it's Steve Bunton, sorry.
Yeah,
Steve Bunton,
Josh
yeah.
looks like Steve
The
Bunton.
world's worst darts player.
Yeah, Josh, you're
I don't
terrible.
even know who he is.
Darts player.
Right.
I'm gonna
carry
ask
on.
you
darts or
Nathan,
super
I reckon I
go
should
back to
1v1
your
him in darts.
background. Guys,
What?
Nathan,
What?
go back to your background.
Background.
What's your background? Finish what you're doing. Yeah, because you're on about you being in uni and then you went travel. You went off to talk about Twitter. And then you said,
You went off track. Oh.
Oh no, we went off track
We
again.
just fill it up, boys.
It is, boys.
Look at it. Woo.
Damn. Ooh. Do you have a sound effect for it as well? Nah.
No,
Like,
nah. From the audio of our luscious voices.
If you want to see the off-track meter, then you have to watch it on YouTube. Sorry, you SoundCloud rappers. You gotta get out your bubble. You know, sometimes
However, it's not
having a
that
little.
much to the viewing.
Yeah, true. But sometimes having a little at the front of your name doesn't make you a good rapper. Did you know?
Oh damn.
Yeah, right. So I'm in uni, obviously. We're second year doing computer science. So... And, right, I have a few stories. Story time with Nathan. You know? So what we got here? So I lived in halls last year, and some interesting things happened. So this one time I went to the gym, and then I came back, and when I opened my door, I left my door open because I didn't want to bring my key with me in the gym because it would be like in my pocket, like digging into me. So I thought I'll just leave my door open, you know.
Oh,
It's gonna be stolen or anything, you know. It's gonna be
I've never heard
fine.
this.
And I came back and I opened. No, somebody had just came out of my room, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, hey, Nath, you know, just come with me a second." So he just takes me to the kitchen. I'm like, right, okay. I just make my protein shake or anything. And then about 5 or 6 other people come into the kitchen all laughing. And then they're like, oh, what are you doing, Nath? Yeah? You going to your room soon, are you? I'm like, yeah? Okay. What's going on? And they were like, wait. No, they didn't. They weren't even asking me if they should record it. And I was like, right, you've obviously pranked me or done something. Record this. And I actually had to record my point of view because no one else would. So it's first person prank reaction. And I open my door. At first I can't even open my door. And basically everything in my room has been cling filmed. So
very good.
They cling filmed my ensuite door to the door of my room. So at first I couldn't open it. I had to break that cling film to get into the room of cling film. They had cling filmed a ball of cling film, which had my key in the center of it. They cling filmed my entire bed sheets. And, and you know what? I actually left the cling film on there for about a few hours. And,
Nathan.
Yeah?
You should thank them all, actually. They waterproofed your room. You could have spelled anything and you'd have been fine.
Do you know what the worst part about this story is?
What?
It was my cling film.
Oh.
That I had bought literally about a day or two before.
You got high off your own supply.
I know. I don't. Yeah. Right. That's one story. Actually, I asked
They really
anybody.
socially experimented you there.
They did, didn't they? They proper danky prankied, gone emotional. I cried and everything.
Some Kobe person. Yeah.
I actually couldn't get into my own suite at first because it was still cling filmed.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then I didn't have cling film for a few days then, and then I needed it, so that was good, wasn't it?
That's the worst part.
Yeah. And also, well, actually, when we were in the first episode of the podcast, we were all 17, so we had never had a night out yet, and we had never been.
Yeah, that's
sorry,
true.
I don't want to say drunk. I want to say hydrated. Okay, we don't get drunk on this channel. We're hydrated, family friendly, hydrated. We go to drink cups of tea, don't we, Joshua?
We were hydrated last night.
No, we get. Boy.
We actually wanted to make this PG, but you ruined this.
Why do you want to make it PG?
The more people,
because
better.
it gives Nathan less editing work.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, but if it's not PG, it only takes less editing work. You don't need to do any editing.
No, because we can't get ads on YouTube then.
I can't get. Well, we have to get 1,000 subscribers to get ads on YouTube
now. It's not about the money, man. It's not about the money.
Alright, boys, if you want to donate to my PayPal, then here's my sort code and account number.
Patreon.
Thank you.
No.
Should we have a donation page, boys? We need a donation page. We need to invest in.
Anyone's going to donate to us. I wouldn't donate to us. So...
I'd donate £1 to myself, and then cash it back so that I wouldn't even get it.
Cash into my bank.
Right, second story. Yeah, so as we get hydrated a lot in university, because that's the university life, right? So we were playing this game. It's called the cardboard flip game, and it's just a piece of cardboard, and
Oh yeah.
you get. We usually do it with a 2p because it's like a big coin. Like it's the biggest coin, right? Isn't it like one of the biggest in the world for a coin or something like that in terms of like size, not thickness and that,
absolutely.
but like
That's not the biggest.
no one of
but it's
them.
big. I mean, I don't know if you realise this, but a 50p pence is bigger than a.
Well, no, it's not because I
chance
think
piece.
isn't it like the same, but it's just a 50
Yeah,
pence because
pretty
it's like
much
a
the
different
same.
shape.
I'll ask,
It
shall I
makes
ask
it look
Google?
interesting. Just get a 50 pence and a 2 pence out. Go on. I don't have a 50 pence or a 2 pence to be honest.
What's the biggest
I may do.
coin in Britain?
Oh, he's squeezing his
Yes,
pistol
the
too, boys.
biggest coin is £2, isn't it?
Yeah, £2 is slightly bigger, I think.
Yeah.
Come on, what's Google saying, Josh?
Oh. I don't
Ooh.
know, it's just give me a background on coins.
Well, give us a bit of a background on coins. I feel like it will add to the story a bit. Go on.
Alright. Okay.
No way, you're gonna use your
Standard
speech-to-text voice.
circulating coinage of United Kingdom is denominated in pounds sterling. And since the introduction of the £2 coin in 1994 to celebrate the 300th anniversary of the Bank of England, ranges in value from 1 penny to £2. Since decimalisation on February 15, 1971, the pound has been divided into 100 new pence. From the 16th century until decimalisation, the pound was divided into 20 shillings, each of 12 old pence. British coins are minted at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, Wales. The Royal Mint also commissions the coins' designs. I'm not going to go any further because it's incredibly boring.
I agree.
But if I look just from pictures, the £2 piece does look the biggest.
Damn. They need like a 1v1 to use the biggest, baddest. Well, the £2 is like thicker
Me.
as well, so it's like technically the biggest. But anyway, we use a 2 pence,
Oh.
and you get a cardboard. We usually use the underside of a pizza box because we always have pizza boxes deliveries, and we throw the 2 pence on there. The first time we go around the circle, we just draw. Yeah, you throw the 2 pence on it. You gotta like flick it up, and hopefully it lands on it. If you miss 3 times, you got to drink. It's a good game actually. And then once it lands on there, you draw a circle around it, and you write a rule inside. So the rule could be anything. It could be Josh exercises his ego for the entire podcast, or he does that anyway.
Wow.
Sorry, you don't actually do it. This has become a meme now. Sorry.
Yeah,
Josh,
so
I
jump
just,
pads.
I just want to say something to make it up for you, Josh. You are so precious when you smile.
Aww.
And when I hit it from the
Hit
back,
it.
I want to drive
Oh, no,
you
you can't
wild.
say back with
Hit-
PG now.
Hit
Can't
it
say back.
from the
Rear end.
Wild.
rear and drive you wild.
Chris Ria and drive you home for Christmas.
I found that I
Yeah, lad.
can't.
Lose my self up.
Alright,
In
stop
the-
going
on
off
the
track.
I just found that article on the internet.
Nice.
19 internet urban legends that'll literally
Literally.
scare the shit out of you.
Oh, no way.
And
Wow.
it is a BuzzFeed
Right,
article,
can we
but I
carry
think I
on
can
with our
advance that for now.
background, guys? Gosh,
Right,
we're gonna
so.
have so much content.
Wait,
I
can I
feel
wait? At this point, how long do you reckon this podcast is right now?
I want to say 40 minutes.
You know what? You are
I'm
gonna
exactly
say-
correct. It is 40 minutes.
I'm not even timing it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I
That's
was.
crazy. Or maybe it's a little bit less on their recording because we cut out a little bit. But yeah. So the
that's
rules of this game at this point, it was just like some people doing shots. You know, I was pretty hydrated at this point, if you know what I mean. And then somebody put a rule: whoever lands on it has to wear heels on a night out, like that night, because like we play this game to get hydrated, ready for the night out, right? And I unfortunately landed on this rule, so I wore heels, 6-inch heels, on an entire night out. And you know what? I did not take them off once. They were 2 sizes too small for me, and I even walked home in them.
Ooh.
So if I'm not an independent, strong woman, then I don't know what I am.
Nathan, you're more of a woman than most of the women I know.
I know. You'll say that even more after this story, where for somebody's birthday
Ooh,
I
I
dressed
think
as
I
a
know.
cheerleader.
Yeah.
But not only did I dress as a cheerleader, I did my obnoxious. All I was doing was, "You're so funny," laugh, from White Chicks, and I was just doing that
God.
randomly. And but the best part about this story is, hopefully, no one gets triggered by this. Actually, hopefully, people do get triggered about this, so people actually talk about this podcast. I used the women's toilets while I was dressed as a cheerleader, and
Did you?
and I want to say they're a lot cleaner, they're a lot nicer, and I helped a girl who was crying about her boyfriend at the time. Give her some advice, told her to dab on the hairs, and that was that.
Oh my God.
Oh, I do want to say though, I had like pom pom sticks. Are they called pom poms?
Yeah, the little fluffy things.
Yeah, but they were like on sticks with this costume. And I was like, oh yeah, I had inflatable boobs with this costume, and every single guy who saw me just walked up to me and groped me, and you know what? It was the best feeling ever.
Oh my God.
I will put a disclaimer there.
We're
Don't
none of the
go
women
real
stuff.
women.
No, all of them just found it funny, and then all the guys were just squeezing me.
Oh my God.
And
I
then
do that a lot.
I did
That's
get
'cause I
annoyed
have
at one point though,
boobs.
because one person stole my pom pom.
Oh,
Wow.
What?
So I went up
That's
to
just
him.
unacceptable.
Yeah.
I dropped my
Nasty.
right shoulder, and guess what I did? Knocked him
You
out with my
dabbed.
inflatable boob. No, I didn't actually.
Oh.
Didn't actually. No, someone did actually steal it, and then I stole it back. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I was wearing a wig as well. That was interesting. So that was a tiny bit of my
Was
first
this
year.
Halloween just gone?
No. This was about a
Someone's
year
birthday,
ago
wasn't
from
it?
now. It was.
Wait, so it could have been.
birthday.
Oh right, I was gonna say the other one.
The other one. Ooh. No,
The other one.
a year
Oh, I
ago.
wasn't. I'm planning on not saying names. So.
Yeah, we're trying not to say names. Yeah, that name that I just said was blocked as well. And,
Oh,
right,
so in that case, I think it's birthday.
yeah, I also think Bleep is Bleep's birthday as well. See, they're not even going to tell the difference between
Yeah.
those ones, are they?
No, that's true.
Right, so I think my egos are at least a 1-incher right now. So
Maybe you should talk about the
Wait.
Halloweens we've had as well. When we've all dressed up all cool.
Yeah.
Especially me and Bradley last year.
well, last
yeah.
last year you did the Blues Brothers, right?
No.
No,
That
the year
was the year
before we did the
before.
Blues Brothers. You put
Oh,
a picture
yeah,
up. Put
yeah,
a picture
yeah,
up on the
yeah.
screen.
Incredibly,
Year before.
incredibly scary.
No, that's what I meant. As in the year before, last year. Yeah. Yeah, you went
We'll
to the
send
Blues
you a
Brothers.
picture. You can.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can put it
yeah.
up,
It will
like,
be on the screen.
video.
But for those SoundCloud rappers up
No.
there, then I like it,
Mm.
I guess.
You'll have to hack my Facebook to see it.
Yeah, damn. Well,
Anyway,
we got
carry
out-
on.
yeah, and then this Halloween, what did you guys dress up with this Halloween? Oh yeah,
Bed
God.
sheet
Bed
ghosts.
sheet ghosts.
Bed Sheet Ghosts
With Josh with a
Brilliant.
fedora.
Yes.
with a fedora. I just love how
With a fedora.
like you had to take it off every time you want to go into a club to get more hydrated because they couldn't see your face with your ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Well,
And it rained.
I dressed up
Oh,
as.
yeah, it did, didn't it?
Well, I always say Halloween is an excuse to dress as a slut. Sorry, is that not PG?
I would think it needs to be a little bit bleak. Just say
Oh,
sexy
come
or
on.
something. A
Basically,
sexy something.
A forcefully sexy person. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Who wears slightly
Acceptable.
less clothing than normal, in a sexual
Correct.
manner. Okay. So, and I also thought, why not make this colourful? So I dressed as a colourful person who's showing too much skin. So I wore. Did I wear a wig? Yeah, I wore
I
the
think you
wig.
did.
I wore the wig, my Rainbow Mohican wig, which has a lot of inside memes. And I wore face paint, which took me a long time. It's supposed to be glow in the dark, and I'm pretty sure it ran off by the time I got to
You
anywhere
did
in the
not
dark.
glow in the dark. at
Did
all.
not glow. Not necessarily glow in the
No.
dark, but like
Oh.
a little bit brighter, you know. And then yeah, I was wearing a bra, shorts that were rolled up, and also tights.
Oh yeah.
So, and Crocs. Don't forget the Crocs.
Oh
Were you
yeah,
wearing
your
Crocs?
Barry
Yeah, I
Crocs.
was.
Jeez. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Was that the same night where
Where I
Josh
met
got
you
pulled out for
guys,
buying
and
you a
then
drink?
yeah, I got basically. Well, I didn't get kicked out, did I? They
A bit too
refused.
hydrated.
They refused to
threatened
hydrate
to
me
kick us
anymore.
And then Josh bought it, and Josh got
I-
absolute barlicking off the one on the behind
Yeah,
the bar.
but I bought him a drink because I didn't know he'd already been refused. So I
Yeah.
thought, oh, I'm gonna buy my friend a drink. And then this woman came up and gave me a right telling off.
Did she give you your money back? Did she give you the money back?
No. She said, "Do you want me to take it?" I was like, "No, I'll drink it," and I did.
Oh, right, okay.
To be fair,
Yeah,
it's probably
so-
best that I didn't get any more hydrated.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did stop. No, I'd say we cut you off, but we went to walkabout and they had no problem serving you.
Yeah.
sorry,
that's true,
sorry. We went to a popular club in the area of which we live.
Oh.
Yeah, but
You can
walkabouts
say the
everywhere.
names of the clubs.
What you working to be?
Fine.
Yeah, it's a walkabout could
We
be
talking
anywhere
about-
in Britain.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, it could be. Part of them we've said. But yeah,
Yeah.
never mind.
Alright, go on. We're 50 minutes in, and all we talked about is ourselves. Go on, Brad. Your turn.
It's fine, Bradley. It's all on you now.
Take the
Uh,
hot seat.
Pretty much copy and paste whatever Josh said.
And add a bit
And
more
that's
Roblox
pretty
in
much
there.
me. Yeah, I had some oofs from Roblox.
Oh, Brad, go on. Talk about stuff you've done with like explorers and whatnot, though, because that's something you've done without us.
What the nerdy? No, I was
Yeah.
actually alright. I went to France to do my Duke of Edinburgh a few years back.
Which you didn't even
quite
do,
fun.
you Duke of Edinburgh.
You don't even
No,
know if
I
you done it or
literally-
not.
I literally just went for the expedition
You
for a
did
laugh.
the Duke of Edinburgh without the certificate.
Pretty much. Well, that involved one, helping the community,
Ooh.
two, doing a sport.
Ooh.
So I like sport, but I don't like doing sport. So, no. And a skill. And basically, I didn't do anything apart from the expedition. So,
Nice.
yeah, I
So you
didn't
just
bother
did
that.
the big walk.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
Is
I
that
did
what it
two
is?
big
Just walk up a
walks.
hill and back down.
Yeah.
Nice.
You have to plan the route and shit and carry everything. And it's,
Oh yeah, you have to do a
Yeah.
lot. Of,
Yeah.
What's the word? Is it like?
Route planning.
Logistics.
No, like orientation. They used to call it, didn't it? Where you like have to
Orientation.
Oh yeah. When you
Do you mean orienteering?
like.
yeah,
Probably.
that's the one.
Yeah, no, you don't. Orienteering is when you have like a sheet of paper, and there's like
You gotta, like,
different.
plan
do you know
it
like
and
when you
stuff,
go?
don't you?
Do you know when you go to the park and shit, and there's like little plastic things on like trees and stuff with numbers on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
Remember
for
they usually all
orienteering.
around school, mate?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what orienteering is. You have to find pretty. It's like a
Yeah.
scavenger hunt, but without items, just
Yeah.
numbers, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, but I did two big walks. I did one in Brecon, which was hell.
Nice.
Literally, it went day one down, day two, like one of the hottest days of the year, and then the last 2 days just down non-stop again. And there's a long stretch in Brecon which we have to go along. It's called the Roman Road. And it's very long. It's about 5 kilometers. So that's about a quarter of that day's walk.
Wow.
And we were doing it in groups. So it was 2 groups of 4, and we caught up with the other group because they stopped for longer than they should have, pretty much. And yeah, we ran out of water.
Oh gosh.
How much of you were there?
There was 8
How
of us
many,
there.
Nathan?
Sorry,
How many?
you know I get those ones wrong. I'm sorry.
How much of us are there? No, it was
On
8
a
of us.
scale
We
of
ran out
1 to
water
10
on
meters,
that
how much?
stretch.
Uh,
Then-
Brad, by the way, I did not do this with Bradley, but I saw his feet afterwards. He sent a picture, and they were absolutely mangled.
Nice.
Yes.
They were
Oh,
disgusting.
Yeah, it was the back. I got like so many blisters, but that was from the Brecon one.
That was
The one
number
in
15.
France,
That
I didn't
was.
get any blisters at all.
Right.
One of my friends had like so many, like to the point she couldn't even walk properly
Oh.
for like
Oh.
2 weeks afterwards.
Hmm.
And
Oh, gosh.
yeah, France was great. I shouldn't really tell you this, but we all got a little bit drunk.
Hydrated.
You mean
First one.
hydrated?
Hydrated.
Yeah, we did. We stayed in a youth hostel. The youth hostel had a bar. It was in France, so they didn't give a shit. So yeah, we all got drunk, and I spewed on my
Did
mate's
you
hand.
have your society second chocolate? That's the real question.
Oh yeah. I gave a guy, a Dutch guy, who was still staying at the hostel, €20 to play Wonderwall.
Nice.
I'm not even joking.
Nice.
And then they told me the next morning, and I was like,
Nice.
oh god. Yeah, and then the flight was the day after. And all through the flight, I was fine. But as soon as we got to London, we had to stay at like a different campsite. Then we'd get a mega bus in the morning.
Ooh.
And yeah, it wasn't fun.
Other
The flight
transport
back.
are available.
Well, staying in London. Bear in mind, like, we couldn't drink the water because London water is shit.
Is it really?
We
Beep, 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 you mean?
Yeah.
Very bad, he said. He said very bad.
we basically as well where we were staying was called base camp, like 3,000 or something. It was called because it's like 3,000 meters up, like above sea level.
Right.
They have like springs and stuff around there. So all the water we were receiving was spring water. So it was really nice and really pure. We go into drinking like really what's the word? Hard water, I guess it's called.
Yeah, hard water. soft
Yeah.
water.
London has very hard water, apparently.
They do.
I discovered.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was great. That was fun.
Nice.
Literally, I
Stories to tell, Brad?
genuinely
Oh,
think I've
sorry.
led apart from that, I've led the most boring life going. I
Well,
honestly think
let's talk about now then. Where do both of you work? Well, don't say where, but
I think we should give a little bit more background. I said where I have worked. Bradley, say where. let's
Oh,
just
yeah,
talk
I
about
worked,
your employment a little
So
bit.
I've had more than a few jobs. I think I've had about 5 jobs now.
nice.
My
Yeah,
first, I
that's
was
it.
16 when I was in college. I was like a Christmas temp in Debenhams. It was like I was like a stock boy pretty much. I was just putting stuff on shelves.
Loading the
World's most boring
shelves.
job.
Mm.
Literally. And like basically I'd only work 4 hours on a Saturday, 4 hours on a Sunday,
Wow.
and all the deliveries would come on Mondays. So Sundays there was no point me being there because I'd have nothing to put out. Because everyone would
Wow.
come in Saturday, buy it all, and then I'd have nothing to do Sunday. It was so boring. And then I didn't get kept on.
So sad.
And then I got a job in an American diner as a waiter.
Ooh.
And yeah, that
yeah.
was
Oh yeah, I forgot you bit there for a bit.
yeah, that was.
Wait, where?
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was as well. Yeah,
He said
wasn't
bad.
getting paid.
He said bad. He said bad.
Yeah, I said bad. Yeah, it's a pretty poor job. Like it was.
Yeah.
I was on minimum wage and they weren't even paying me properly then.
Oh, wow.
Checks they were giving me were bouncing, and eventually I left. It was with me and a few of my mates who were working there, and I was the first to leave because the plan was to leave at the same time. Yeah.
There's that
Bradley
place
left
completely
left
closed
about a
down now.
month.
Yeah.
It's closed
yeah,
down.
It's completely
There you
closed
go.
down.
Point proven.
Oh yeah, the owners would take the tips we received as well.
Nice.
Really?
Like the service charge, which is supposed to go to us.
Well, like 20% service
They would
charge
take-
as well, isn't it?
I think it's 20 or 10, something like that. They would take the service charge. Like we'd get tips, people would leave, but first customers didn't know they were paying for the service charge. But we looked into it, and they were supposed to be giving that money to us to our paychecks.
But they weren't.
They weren't. No.
That's
So that was-
that's suable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I left, and they're gone now. I think they were
Remember, I was there.
the
when you
owners
left,
now own a
actually.
Costa in Cardiff or something. I don't
Oh.
know, something like that. Anyway, then I did. What was first? Well, I worked at another cafe then, but I was actually a chef in that cafe, not a waiter. And that was alright. It was pretty simple work. And now I'm with Josh in the
In a very notable building where we live.
yeah,
A
Yeah.
very
Wills-
notable restaurant
not the
where we
Wilson's
live.
building, the tallest building in.
I don't even think we can
No,
say
it's
that
not
because they would know.
Oh, it's not anymore.
It's not anymore. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
but-
it not?
If they type it
something
in,
got
would they
built
be able to
in
find out?
Cardiff and
Yeah,
yeah, they would. I mean, we don't need to be that hidden, Nathan.
Yeah, I know, but
No, but no, it's no longer the tallest building in Wales. It's
Damn.
like the second.
definitely in like. That was bleeped.
Oh yeah.
yeah. But I will say, I didn't really know much about the place before I got the job. I thought it was this really posh, like, no walk-ins. Yeah, it really isn't though. It's a
Yeah.
No, it's
fucking
not.
pub.
It's a beat Blade, beat. It's like, it's a
It's a
higher end
Lux.
food.
There's basically one round the corner for me, which is like an actual pub.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But do they have the
Yeah,
same
this is a very
menus?
like higher end gastropub. No, they don't. Our menu is different because it's so
Focused on
notable.
food, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shall I tell
What,
you a
you mean,
story
as
about
in
where you work?
every other place that serves food.
Shall I tell you a story
Yeah,
about that?
I
Right.
so.
So I've only ate
Yeah,
there
go for it.
once, which was when did it open?
It would have been
Couldn't tell you.
I would say about 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
maybe-
Yeah, roughly.
Okay, not that late. Early. Maybe when I was about 12 or so. Maybe a bit younger. So at least 7, 8, maybe 9 years ago. And there was about 15 of us eating there. And obviously, because there was 15 of us, it would take a while for all our food to be ready, right? So you know, maybe like
Not with
half
us
hour,
there.
maybe like half hour
Mm.
waiting altogether and all that. Oh, but maybe not that long. I don't know. But when they got there, you know, they have. I don't know if they have them there anymore, but like they fold out the little table thing so that they can put the tray of food on it while they pass it around.
We don't work upstairs, Nathan. We're in the kitchen, so we wouldn't know.
Yeah, I
However,
thought you wouldn't
I
know.
haven't seen any of those.
Right, so yeah, it may be because of this story. Yeah, so basically it was like a table thing that you fold, and then you put the massive tray on it, and then the individual plates of food are on it, which then they just tuck off and give it to whoever ordered. And when he had put the massive tray on this table thing, he didn't quite put it on the middle, and all the food on that plate, maybe about 7 or 8 meals, all went on the floor. Face
I
down.
know what you mean.
Face down.
They do still have them.
They
I've
do,
seen
do
them.
they?
All right.
Yeah, face
Yeah.
down, and yeah, the waiter was not happy with himself. He was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry," and everything. And
Well, I
Yeah,
can confirm
these-
the chefs would have been even more unhappy.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And basically, we had it all recooked. We had to wait like a more time again. And well, all of those meals were cooked. So some people had finished their meals by the time other ones had already got it because like those were ready. Because they were like, "Oh, there's no point waiting. We'll just have ours now."
Yeah.
You know. But then they give us.
They use
Yeah, they give us about 20% off, I think, and they also give us free muffins
Oh,
and
that's quite
latte
good.
and stuff after. So like, it was no problem
Well,
for
that's
us, which
quite-
means
that's
we
quite good.
need to wait a little. But yeah, that was that.
they use them for the Shatterbrand's, Josh.
Oh, okay. Not particularly sturdy.
Exactly.
No. And the sharing roast as well.
Oh, okay.
So you two are working together. I have not worked a single day in my life since the last podcast 3 years ago. Because
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
had
Yeah.
worked a little bit with your mum in.
yeah, I don't really
Reaction
count it
Works.
as work though. It's kind of just like a little bit of Yeah, actually, it is work, but I am technically an employee. Actually, I have had technically had 3 jobs, but like through family, so I wouldn't call it work. It's
Was
more of just
Play zone through family.
Play King, no. But that
Play
was
King.
that was
Other
that was
play areas
before the
are
podcast.
real.
Mind, I was 16 when I had that
Oh,
job.
was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And I only had it for 6 months because in the summer they like basically lay everyone off.
So it was
So-
temporary, was it?
Yeah, congratulations, guys. We've made it an hour in.
Wow. I went quite
On that
quick.
hour mark.
And I swear to God, the only thing we've talked about is a tiny bit about ourselves, a few stories, and then that's it.
Yeah,
Pretty
let's
much.
get onto some- let's get onto some real-
We've used this podcast to tell everyone how we've changed since the last podcast, but no one's probably seen
I
that
think that's
anyway.
No, but it's character building.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we should get onto some real now. 19 internet urban legends that will literally scare the out of you. Now, this is a BuzzFeed article, so I do hate myself, but it is quite interesting.
Go on. Go
They're
for
quite
it.
interesting concepts. So number one is the expressionless, and it's got a weird photo.
Damn.
In 1972, a woman scarily resembling a mannequin showed up at a hospital in a blood-stained gown. The doctors cleaned her up and took care of her, but she decided she didn't want their help and started attacking everyone.
Nice.
That sounds
Oh my
like
gosh, I'm so
like a
scared.
child. That sounds like when you'd write a story when you were younger and you didn't know how to finish it. So you just say, "Oh, they all died." At the end.
Yeah.
I must
pretty
say that did scare the heck out of me.
Heck,
The heck out of me.
heckin' scared.
Did you do
Frick.
a bamboozle?
They fricked me so hard.
Right, number two, the smiling man. I think this is quite a popular one actually. A college student's nightly walk is interrupted by a man with an insane grin, who does a mesmerizing dance and silently follows a student around the dark neighborhood. The complete insanity of his face haunts the student forever. There's a proper story behind that one. I think I've heard that one before, like a whole story about it.
I'm relatively bored of this.
Yeah, I vote against this.
Oh no!
Sorry, BuzzFeed has
I
failed
vote
me.
against this.
Only for the first time in my
Abandoned
life,
by Disney.
BuzzFeed has failed me.
Spread it.
I saw one of them, which was like fucking. Oh god.
Can we go off track off of BuzzFeed articles, please?
Yeah,
let's
go
do
for it.
that.
Right, so I want to say though.
Honestly,
so we-
I just. Oh, go on.
Oh, go on. Okay, I will go on.
Yeah, go on.
So yeah, like you said, we're character building first, but we want this podcast to be entertaining, right? So
Yeah.
Yes.
we
BuzzFeed
will.
isn't entertaining.
Obviously, we want a lot of We would just want to introduce ourselves first, because you're not gonna find a random entertaining talking about anything. We wanna actually have something behind it. But
I just found the Roblox creepypasta wiki.
nice.
Oh, yeah,
It's just-
we'll save that. Let's save that
That's
for another
definitely safe.
podcast, 'cause
Yeah.
we will go into that deep.
Well, I think we
It's
should.
just called shit.
We should say, like, obviously, in the first episode, we said we'd talk about topics like I said I would do Call of Duty news, and I'm never
That's
doing
not
that in my
gonna
life.
No,
We're not doing gaming news. We should talk about that. Can we have a whole
Gaming
podcast
news.
dedicated to Fortnite's better than PUBG?
could do.
Yes.
Because we
We should have a
actually
segment every week where
Yeah.
we have like a little
yeah.
give
Even though it's
one
probably
answer to why.
yeah, it's probably too late in the podcast to say, but we're gonna try and get these minimum of a month. Minimum
Yes.
of one a month.
Minimum one a month.
So we say,
Yeah.
3 years
We'll
later
try.
after the first episode. So, but we'll try.
This is episode like 1.5.
That
this
is
is
exactly
episode
it. Yeah, this is what episode 1 was, but revamped to our new selves. Where I don't say the word
Are we
swag.
just gonna do episode? Are we gonna do like episode 1 again?
No.
Like,
This will be episode
No.
2.
yes.
And we need to keep it as like episode 1 and 2, just so like it would be funny to look back on, like if we actually keep it going.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Agreed.
my future
I-
plans.
Go on.
Sorry, I like to interrupt you. My future plans are obviously staying in uni, and then you two.
Me, Bradley, and I are both going to university in somewhere in Britain to do a culinary arts course. Okay, fine. We're going to Birmingham, in the UCB, and we're going together because we're lovers.
In the non-gay way.
Yes.
In the no, you forgot to say no homo. Otherwise, it's really gay. It's the big gay.
Well, I personally believe that this is a good place to end our first podcast.
I'm not quite
Our
finished.
first revamped podcast. But we've built a character. We've let people know about us, which I think is very important. We had a good flow, and I think the next podcast we will we will begin our true format, what we'd like to do, what we'd like to talk about.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
I believe this is an introductionary podcast.
definitely. I feel like we shouldn't
It's quite
plan
long as well.
our like structure of the podcast until we just try it out what we feel is works.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
like
definitely.
we could
should
definitely try like different segments, but then also like whatever works, then we'll just stick to that in the future.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll try and do. Well, when are we going to try and do the next one?
No,
Within
whenever
a
we're
month's
free.
time.
2020. All right, got you. But if you have any suggestions,
October
then
5th.
create a SoundCloud account, make yourself little off track cast subscriber number 1, and leave your suggestions in the description of the comments.
Obviously, comment on the YouTube video if you'd like anything. Eventually, I think we're gonna get a Twitter, which we will
And
answer any
Ask FM.
inquiries.
Like our MySpace.
Yeah,
wait.
Bebo.
If you follow us on Twitter, we'll put your
MySpace,
name
yes.
in our MSN motto. All right.
Oh, I forgot about MSN.
I'll
Right.
put you in my BBM.
No, if you leave a like on this
Don't-
video,
Don't be silly, Josh. BBM.
I'll
Don't.
draw a picture of you on my Bebo wall. How about that?
Oh, now we're talking.
Well, and we're
Right,
looking
so-
to make we're looking to make this podcast live on MySpace one day. Okay,
There's a chance
there's a chance
that it might.
it might. So make sure you like, share, smash every button, please. Daddy.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
Yeah, boy. Right, go on then, Josh.
Yeah,
As you're
I
so
think-
reluctant to end this podcast, you end this podcast. Go on.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you aren't us, thank you. We hope you enjoyed. We hope that you come back for more. Goodbye. I'm done now. That was it.